Our coverage begins in the nation's capital, Abuja, where the Senate has directed 5 of its committees to commence investigations into crude oil theft and its effect on petroleum production and oil revenues in the country. This was as lawmakers condemned the menace during plenary in the nation's capital, Abuja, saying it is affecting the nation's efforts to raise revenues, thus affecting development of the country. News Center's Amadine Uyi reports.
The issue of crude oil theft in Nigeria has continued to serve as a source of concern to many. While data reveals that Nigeria loses trillions to this crime, many of the opinion that more needs to be done to end it once and for all. As the Senate reconvened for its plenary, members of parliament joined the clamor to end crude oil theft, saying it has continued to bleed the nation's economy.
March 2023, Nigeria incurred a substantial loss of 65.7 million barrels of crude oil, valued at $83 per barrel, translating to a staggering revenue loss of 2.3 trillion as a result of oil theft.
It's not for us to continue to lament or set up inquiries. My suggestion, Mr. President, is that given the seriousness of this situation, and I will dare say before the new government, each agent gets sucked into the tradition, this is the time to stop it.
They say the effects also on the environment is significant and express concern over past administrations paying lip service to ending the crime. Some lawmakers also attribute the inability to ending crude oil theft to the lack of effective sanctions on perpetrators.
The biggest problem we have in this country, Mr. President, is punitive measure. All these things that are allowed to it. A colleague of mine now was contributing. He even said at his backyard, he has been arresting people who are bunkering, doing bunkering at his backyard. But nothing has happened. There have not been any punitive measure. And the moment we continue like this, it will just be go day in, day out. It become a lucrative business because nobody is being punished for it.
Lawmakers were unanimous in supporting a thorough investigation into the state of the nation's petroleum sector in an effort to ending crude oil theft.
Into the actions of security forces, militia groups, the local populace, oil company employees, and any individual or entities suspected to be using sophisticated methods to pilfer our oil resources from the oil facilities within our country. Those in support of the prayer one say aye, those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The Senate directed 5 of its committees to commence investigation into oil theft and its impact on petroleum production and how it affects oil revenues in the country. The committees were given 6 weeks to conclude their investigation and report back to the Senate. Amadine Uyi reporting for News Central.